Hello and welcome to Prince's, where I'm here today to put the Adams Untitled 2 Fairway and Hybrid through their paces. Now I've had both these clubs in my bag for the last 6 months, so I've got a pretty good idea of how they play, but I've brought them out to the links today just to sort of test them in a bit windier conditions, a few tight lies on the fairway, a few hilly lies, just to give them one last go through to let you know what I think. Now these Adams clubs are very well priced in my opinion, $149 for the fairway wood and $129 for the hybrid, so you get really good value for money. And there's some good tech as well. Both clubs have got a brand new thing that Adams are calling ghost slot technology, and that means on the crowns, rather than before previous versions had big slots through the crowns, now you've got like a disguised sort of crown slot. So that means when you look down on both clubs, rather than this big sort of ugly slot behind the face, which a lot of people we know didn't like from their feedback, you've now got a ghost slot, which is basically like it matches the colour of the crown, but it still gives you that performance, that springy face that you would have had before. Both clubs have also still got the slots underneath. Again, these have got covers on them just to make sure you get no debris and dirt in them, but they don't affect the performance at all. So you've still got this sort of slot technology, and the slot technology works by letting the face spring back at impact and then launching the ball more powerfully. You get a high launch, lots of distance, just makes playability a lot better. The tight lies, as the name suggests, are much better to play off the deck than they are off the tee, and that is because they've got quite shallow faces. You'll see that they're quite wide and quite narrow in height. That means they're really good off the deck because you don't have this big cumbersome club. You've got quite a nice club to nip away. That does mean on the flip side they're less good off the tee because they're not as deep, so you've got less room for error when you've got the ball teed up when you're sort of hitting a drive with your 3-wood or maybe a long par 3 with your hybrid. So if you use your 3-wood a lot off the tee, maybe this might not be one for you, but if you use it a lot off the deck like I do, then it's a really handy club because it's so much more forgiving off the tee, off the grounds than these big chunky 3-woods you might see from other brands. What else do you need to know about this club? It's got an upside down face, and that means you've got a lot more face sort of in the lower half of the club than you would with other 3-woods. A lot of 3-woods have sort of quite narrow bottoms and sort of shaped faces. This has got a lot more face on the bottom of the club from this upside down design, and that just again makes it much easier when you're playing off the ground to get a good consistent performance. The Untitled 2 Fairway and Hybrid both come with some really good shafts as well. You've got the Mitsubishi Rayon Cure cage in both. You've got a 64 gram version in the hybrid and a 60 gram version in the fairway wood. Both are really controllable, especially in the wind. I've been testing them out here at Prince's in the wind, and they're both really good in that situation. Both good to shape as well, so if you need to hit a tight fairway, you want to sort of hit a shape shot, I think that the shafts cope with that really easily as well. So if you're in the market for some woods, you don't want to spend more than £150, which I know a lot of you guys don't, give these a try in the range. You might be surprised, I certainly was. Let us know how you got on. If you do, comment in the box and we'll get back to anything we can.